Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Burning Peak, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the VK7201K. This is a Tier 10 German Super Heavy, and it's basically a reskinned version of the Panzerkampfwagen 7. The only difference is that they have different guns, just like how the E100 features two separate very solid guns, a 15cm, which deals 750 damage per shot, and a 12.8, which deals 530. Well, when it comes to the German rear-turreted tanks, you have the Panzerkampfwagen 7, which features a 12.8, and the VK72, which features a 15cm. The armor is exactly the same on the tanks. I'm not sure if the HP is the same, but yeah, it's really just the guns that are going to differentiate the playstyle. The reason I think the VK72 is an absolute beast is because of the crazy good 350 millimeters of heat pen this vehicle features. That is enough to butter through basically any armor placed in front of you. It's kind of insane because of that. Jagdpanzer, no problem whatsoever. You know, normally when you're driving a heavy, the heat pen is going to be the struggle, depending on what you're fighting. You know, if I'm driving an ST2, or especially a Kron, and I see there's two enemy E100s, I'm worried, because there's honestly not much I can do to E100s when I only have 300 mils of pen. I can try and shoot it in the roof bar, and apart from that, I got the lower plate, which I've actually bounced on occasion, because the Kron, you know, just has such bad pen. And then you get a vehicle like this that can pen the turret, can pen the lower plate, can basically pen everything on an E100. It's kind of a game changer. And, I don't know, I'm the kind of person that thinks all vehicles shouldn't be balanced around their pen. Like, yeah, there can be some differences. You can have a vehicle with 340 mils of heat pen like the 5A, but I feel like if you want tanks to have that much heat pen, then you should also not really let any heavies have less than like 320. I feel like there should be a minimum cutoff, because right now, yeah, the M5Yo, especially if you're running the 120, only having 300 mils of pen, I just don't know what you're supposed to do in certain situations, and it can make the tank feel very, very unenjoyable. Now we have the enemy WZ, who fires at us, gets spotted, and loses 763 of his HP. So that was kind of just a flat win. I'm not really sure why the WZ thought that was a good play, but that's a dub for me. We got the enemy Super Conqueror, and we have the T110E5. I'm going to be heading over towards, obviously, this flank of the map, and I need to get here as quickly as possible to try and support my IS-7 and BZ-75, especially because the IS-7, in my opinion, really isn't going to be able to do much to hold off these players. Alright, well, let's move up here a bit, and let's see. Aiming. Let's hope that my IS-7 doesn't block the shell. There you go, 669 damage shot right into the Super Conqueror hatch. The VK72 is actually quite a nice platform to bonk people, because it's very tall, and you've got, obviously, so much pen. The penetration values are just so easy to cut through your opponents, and there you go. Look at that, right into the 100 turret for 687 damage. Can you name a lot of vehicles that you can confidently shoot the 100 turret at that level of an angle at and pen? I can't, but this tank, no struggle whatsoever. We got the 100 turret again, and, well, I'd love to be able to hit it, but my teammates are making that very, very tricky. But finally, we were able to get it out, and there you go, another easy pen. I mean, and the AG bounces us in the process for 1,050. So we chill and reload again. We are basically holding a lot of enemy tanks right now, which is obviously quite important. That should have penned. It didn't. Very annoying. Problem right now is that they have a Jagdpanzer, and the Jag is obviously a super-duper dangerous tank, which can hold off a lot of our players. But I'm going to try and poke this, aim it on his vehicle, and bonk. Yeah, the Jag shoots an HE, doesn't pen. We get him back for a 765, and he's already down the majority of his capabilities in this battle. So we're doing pretty good here. And that's why the VK feels so good, is because of these capabilities here. So we're going to get into a side scrape, and I'm hoping that we can just bonk. Yep, there you go. 780 damage into the E100. That player, bye-bye, no longer a threat. So we're up to 4,400 damage at this point, which is obviously a crap ton. The Yag is currently not looking at us, so I'm going to poke the Yag. We're aiming on his lower plate, and bonk. There you go. 840 damage, bringing the Yag down to a one-shot for the rest of our team. That's really, really important as well. If our team can get that clear, which they were able to, that's going to help out big time in the fight to win this game. Alright, let's see. The Super Conk is... he's looking at me right now. Not too worried, though, about him. Oh, well, that's annoying. That actually could be a bit of a problem here, just because of the fact that I obviously don't want to be tracked. However, we still get the slap into the E100. Now up to 6,000 damage, with 6 heat shells still in our tank, which is quite a bit. Alright, well, let's see. We're going to reload, and kind of hoping that the Super Conch doesn't stare at us, but at the same time, he's probably going to. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to wait here for now. Once that Super Conch starts looking at my teammate, and nope, he's still looking at me right now. Oh, we're spotted, that's why. Alright, well, that's fine. We're just going to poke over towards this side of the map, where the rest of our team is. Hopefully we can get some nice slaps out. Let's see, let's see. Well, that did not work out well. Problem right now is that just everybody's just pushing, and we don't have much holding potential against all of this. So let's see. We got the mouse in front, we got the enemy 60 TP. We get the nice bounce from the 60, and we can pen the mouse right through the upper plate for 874. However, this is not a good position. The BZ kills himself for really no reason, and yeah, it's not looking great for our team right now. Let's be entirely honest. Oh my God! There's no way that caused me to miss that shot. That is probably the most disappointing moment I've had today. That right there was super, super sad. Well, we got 51 health. Let's hope that we can get one more bonk out. Oh, no, bro. We lost out on so much damage that we could have dealt just by bad luck. All right, well, let's see. Maybe, just maybe, we can get out one more shot here. No. We could have dealt probably 8,000 damage this game, but we got really unlucky. Somehow that mouse turning our tank caused us at literally the last fraction of a second to miss the 60 TP, and then we also would have been able to clear the mouse, but one of our teammates literally finished him off 0.2 seconds before. Don't get me wrong, I'm always happy when one of my teammates helps, but man, that was just really disappointing that we lost out on probably 8,000 damage. Well, there you have it. We did indeed win this game. It was a very tricky battle. We had to hold against a lot. And this could have been a fantastic game if I just backed up a little bit sooner. But I didn't think our team was just going to kill themselves immediately. The BZ-75 rocket boosted into that player. And even though our 2 and 5B was there, it just didn't matter too much. Their mouse rolled around, and that was the end of our hold. But hey, 7,000 damage is a very good game. And I think the heat pen alone right there showed just why the VK-72 is a little unfair when you compare it to other counterparts. I can't name a lot of vehicles that would have been able to consistently pen all of the shots on the E100 turret, the Jagdpanzer superstructure. You pull out an IS-7 or a 705A, ST2, you're not going to be able to do that. And chances are you're going to deal close to half the damage I did. And that's kind of why I feel this tank's just a little bit stupid. As I said, I believe that all heavy should have a similar amount of pen to make it. Well, we're on Malinovka, and you already know the drill for this map. I'm not even running turbo on this tank, so I'll be back in a couple minutes when we're at the top of the hill. Wait a sec, we might have a free shell on a Scorpion G. Thank you for 675 of your hit points. Didn't think we were going to be able to get that shell out, but I will take any free damage I can get. Alright, nice. There you go. Always good to help out in ELC spotting. I hate when I play a light tank and I have to deal with an ELC, but it's always nice to have one on your team doing his job. Back to the spotting. It's actually pretty sad how much further I am behind than the rest of my teammates on the hill. I mean, I'm literally just cresting the beginning of the hill, and our team is already at the top. I don't even know what to say. This is one of the big downsides of any heavily armored vehicle, is obviously you are very reliant on what your team does, and if your team falls apart, guess what? You're going to be the one holding the rest of their vehicles. We actually saw that as a perfect example earlier when I was on my VK-72 on Tundra, and our entire team got obliterated on the heavy flank. However, I was at least fast enough to put a pretty big impact in, but the enemy team's getting pretty aggressive, and we're already almost down a Progetto, which is not good news. But we are slowly making our way there. We're almost there, though. We got a lot of heavies up here. Contra Car 1 Mark II, got an IS-32. The IS-7's making his way up, but we have an IS-7 over here, so I'm not too worried about that. They have an Iron Arnie in front. And please don't drive into me, AMX. Okay, we're all good. Alright, well, this Iron Arnie, I don't really think that his tank stands much of a chance against my 908 roll. Holy. I'm not worried about them penning me. The problem is up top our team is getting absolutely nuked, which is not remotely good. And I'm the only one here, which means I'm basically holding their entire team. Alright, let's aim it on the Contracaro. There you go, 729 damage shots. Not really worried about the Iron Arnie. He does pen me, but not too much of a threat there. It's really the Contracaro that's the big threat. Okay, keep on backing up. And we got the Type 68. We have the IS-32. There you go, 730 damage shell into his vehicle. Really what I'm hoping is that we can just back up this cliff just like so, and beautiful. We are off into cover. Yeah, I could have played that a bit better. Oh boy, we get shot by the Scorbopian, but we are alive, which is quite important. We're not alive for much longer, most likely. Oh, we get a bounce. Not dead yet. In fact, you know what? If that Lorraine really wants to go, he is not going to get it. Got the Bulldog. Bye-bye. Nice 640 damage shell, clearing his tank. We have the Type 68 in front. He bounces me. We have the IS-32 in front. He bounces me. I'm going to make sure that his vehicle cannot get around me. Oh, ram me. Nice. And then we finish a nice shell into that player as well. Well, surprisingly, we've actually done a very good job here. I mean, yes, we are going to end up dying. However, I mean, we did 5,000 damage and completely stopped their team from making a play on the hill for about as long as we possibly could there. I mean, even if we had gone up top, I just don't see a world where we probably would have been able to win that. I'm hoping that our team clears the Lorraine in the back, but I don't think that's going to be a reality. This was a rather unfortunate battle for the VK-72. I absolutely enjoyed playing in this tank, and I had a lot of fun at that game. We blocked 4,000 damage and dealt 5,071. Judging that our team was literally down 10,000 HP compared to theirs at the end of the battle, it shows just how much our team really suffered here. I mean, our IS-7 only got 1,400 out, and I mean, we had an E-75, which I didn't even know, to be honest. Just a really, really sad game. I could have tried to go on top of the hill, but if I had even gone up there, the 60 TP and Contracaro were already hull down. I'm just pretty sure I would have gotten bonked. That is the big downside of driving a super heavy, is when you get on a map that involves you driving into the open on a big hill, you're not going to get there, and your team's just going to fall apart. We talked about it before I even got there in the game. And even though it was a pretty good matchup, only against tier 8s for the most part, it just doesn't matter when your team gets absolutely cleared. You still rely on those tier 8s to take shots for you, to hold, and make sure the enemy doesn't push. The moment your team gives up a flank, the moment you lose the battle. Could I have played a little better? Probably. I definitely could have played a little bit less aggressive. Would have saved me a lot of HP, honestly, and I probably could have even done better than I did. However, it would not have changed this from being a defeat. There's no way. Let me know what you guys think about the VK-72 in the comments down below. I think this is an absolutely amazing tank, and as I said, I think that the heat pen is a little stupid, but it's not going to be changed, so might as well take advantage of it, right? I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.